You're locked in to the Chocolate Mass Show. Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of Fit Fam on the Chocolate Mass Show. I'm your host with the jokes, the Chocolate Mass Baby, aka Mr. Train with Mitchell, and I've got a very, very, very special guest with me today. Man like Taff, world bodybuilding champion, natural, maybe just add as well. Awesome guy in crazy shape. Taff, what are you telling me? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Appreciate the mad intro. I feel like one of those guys. Come on, bro.
That's what I go for, you know. You got to have them mad intros. Everyone's got to have good intros. But how are you, bro? How are you? Are you good?
Blessed up, man. Blessed up. How are you?
But I can't complain. Just living, surviving each day as it is in these mad times. Do you know what I mean?
Trust me.
So, bro, obviously, like whenever I get anyone on, I have to ask them some random questions to start off with and some questions to get to know them. So I'm gonna kick the random ones off first, and then we'll get into the proper ones. So, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I can do it.
I like that. Right, wait. You can do it, but is it not? Would you not go for it necessarily?
If it was the last pieces, if it was the last slice, the last I'll do it. Like I'll eat it. Like, I'm not a picky guy.
Okay.
I'm good.
Good. All right. I like that. That's cool. Okay. This one. Are you a breast or a bum man?
Come on, bro.
All right. Clicks for the cheeks, man. Yes.
Okay, you know what? Each their own in it, but I don't understand it. If it's just, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I get it. I feel you on that one. I feel like being black as well is a genetic default. Like we default to cheeks. I feel like that's just the way we are.
It might be a short attraction to the breast. Don't get me wrong. It's great.
It's fantastic.
At the end of the day, let's be honest, man.
Right. So you're obviously, and something that people may not know about you, I heard you're an avid anime enthusiast. You love anime.
Oh man, yeah. It's not a secret. Yeah.
Right. Here's the question then, yeah. Here's the question. It might be a tough one. What's your favorite anime? Have you got a favorite? Or would you rather do like a top 3?
Always Dragon Ball franchise, man. That's just me. Old school, same old. I know what to expect. I love it. But obviously there are a few that I love, but that's just top of the food chain, man.
Love that. So if you could name like a couple others that you love and like you enjoy watching, what would you say? Give me 3 more that you say that you're like big, like really here for.
Number 2, Naruto, straight up.
Yeah.
Not Boruto. I don't know if any of you guys know about Boruto, but not Boruto. That's we don't talk about that.
Right, okay.
Naruto, then probably One Piece.
Yeah.
Then after that, it's got to be okay. Now it's getting to the lower tier anime. I don't even know, man. Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
That was bad.
All right. Okay. I've never heard of that. That's new to me. All right.
Give that one a watch.
Okay, I'll check that. What about like, have you not seen Death Note? Do you know what's Death Note?
It's like a thriller, isn't it? Right? You write the name in the book and.
Yeah.
I need action. I need proper action in my anime.
Okay. What about Attack on Titan?
Attack on Titan is good, but it took forever to kick in. Now it's kicked in. It's
right.
Great.
I'm not gonna lie. I got to season 3, and I was like, I just stopped. Like it was too tiring. When they were flashing back to the girl in her village and all that, I was like, this is all long, man. Does it pick up from there then? Does it pick up better?
Oh, it picks up in short bursts, man. Like you get a bit that gasses you, then backs.
I don't know if I can do it. I need to because I feel incomplete, but I'm like, I just ain't got the time for it. And I can't remember if I was on episode like 3 or 4, and I'm like, I don't really want to have to watch the whole thing again. Do you know what I mean? That's just long.
I just YouTube the action scenes, bro. If I don't want to know the story, I just YouTube the action scenes.
I did not think of that. Do you know you could do that for like the whole first season as well? Okay.
I kind of catch the gist of what they're talking about, so you're all right.
All right, I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, cool. So obviously, like I mentioned earlier, world champion. Now, forgive me. Was you a junior world champion or was you like in a weight class?
So junior
world champion. What year was that?
2017.
Mad. And how was that? Whereabouts was it? Like, talk to me about it, bro. You got to live it right now. Relive that nostalgia.
Yeah, man, it was, God, I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a really good time. It was so it started off in Britain. So you obviously win your qualifier, which is great. Then you qualify for the British final. You win that, which is great. Then you get your invite to the DFAC World Finals in Miami, which was
Miami.
Okay. Miami is just one hell of a place, man. I have to say.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. You go there, then you compete against people that from America, like they all travel to Miami. It's Fort Lauderdale, call it. That was the airport. Sorry, you come to downtown Miami, I believe it is. Downtown.
Right.
Miami.
Okay.
Bad boy. Every building, you break your neck to look up because it's just every building is like the Hilton. Imagine a Hilton, yeah, Hilton Hotel in Manchester, a big old. Imagine that, but everywhere.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right.
Yeah. But it was a crazy time. You go there, you compete against people from America and all sorts of places in the UK. And the top classes of that compete for the overall Pro DFAC Pro card.
Right. Who won it that year that you competed?
He won the. Oh God, is he called Benny? It's from Australia, you know. I said it's Australian.
Oh right, okay.
It's Australian. But he won. I remember him. Very nice guy. Benny Watley or Watley.
Right. Okay. Wait. So you have a chance because obviously, like in the UK DFBA, actually, I'm not sure if they do. I think if you go to Worlds with UK DFBA, I don't know if you can turn pro as a junior, but you get that chance with DFAC do to battle for like the pro card then.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah, it's good, man. Because obviously I coach myself, so I was just doing the diet. I was literally walking in the dark. I ain't gonna lie. I just learned. I'm a sponge though. When I learn something good, I just kept it, and then moved on. Wrote notes, moved on. Like I had like a journal at the time of bodybuilding shit. I ain't gonna lie. Stuff of how to get better.
Right.
Refer to that every time, and then I'll change things. Usually the macros, the training was, at that time I'm junior, so I was 20 and 19.
Right.
So I'm bulletproof. I don't get injuries at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're lifting for fun. Yeah, even on your bad days. Yeah.
Whatever you want. If you get injured, you're okay the next morning. It's crazy.
Yeah, I miss them days. I'm
getting old now, but yeah, back then it was just the training was as long as you destroy the body, that's the main goal. Do you know what I mean? And so recover. Or is the macros? That's the mind messer, man.
Right. Okay. And did you find yourself? Because obviously, like you said, you coach yourself. Did you like reference from anyone? Did you speak to any of the pros for like any help or anything, or was it literally just you just went for it?
You know what's funny? I had YouTubers, so I like.
Right. Okay.
The first one I wouldn't prescribe if you're trying to cut is Rich Piano. So I was like,
right. Okay.
Big bro, but yo. There's not much science behind Rich Piano. Let's put it like that. Yeah. There's not much science.
Yeah, for real.
So the initial getting big was Rich Piano, but for the cutting. I looked at the pros that I really loved the most. I was looking at the Dorian Yates. I was looking at he was very good to look at because he was regimented. He was like, I'm sure he's got journals and journals are full of his writing of just what he done.
Right.
Then I went to Ronnie Coleman.
So you're joking the barbecue sauce and the chips and chicken? Is that what you're telling me? I ain't
gonna lie, it went to charm, bro. Like, yo.
Oh my God, some men are built different.
Yeah, like I don't know what it was, like because for me, once I've got it in my head that I need to do something, I don't really need to cook for taste that much. Like I had little bits of seasoning on here and there, but I don't want it to mess anything up because at that point,
for real,
a little bit of something could have changed something.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna season it minimally, but I'll just have a little bit of sauce. And I like weigh out the sauce or how much sauce it is on a table or teaspoon.
Right.
And I eat meals with that, and that's how I do it. And it works. But I can see why you won. That was easy. I was like, yo.
This was the secret all along. This is all we had to do.
Barbecue sauce, potatoes, and chicken.
Right, let me just make notes because I'm trying to come back to the stage soon. So let me just write that down. Barbecue sauce. Taff and Ron sent me. That's what I'm going to say.
But obviously he wasn't very scientific. Genetics. And then I went to, who did I look at after that now? Oh, man. Jay Cutler.
Okay. Yeah.
Jay Cutler now, he was just a machine. He was, even though it sounded unnecessary what he was saying out loud, like he would have 600 grams of carbohydrates. I think, 1,000 to 800, crazy amounts, bro. Like, unfathomable.
Mad.
But obviously I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at maybe how he took that approach for a smaller build, because actually I'm nowhere as big as Jay. Yeah,
Jay, wham. Different levels, yeah.
And he never cut out the carbs completely. I think some people never cut out the carbs completely. And that's when I went back now to the natural people to look at those for inspiration. I looked at what was his name now? David K.
Yeah. Oh, insane shape.
Animal. I looked at Rob Waterhouse as well.
Danos man, like
I think last year.
Yeah.
On him. And I looked at those two, and they swear by a high carb load. They swear by like 400 grams of carbs. Like, what? That is heaven for me. That's heaven. That's heaven. But I only figured that out after I won the juniors in the DFAC. Prior to that, it was just the old school guys, because I love those guys the most.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that's insane. Well, it obviously worked because, like I say, world champion, and like from what I've seen from your physique, your shape is mad. You've got great genetics, but I don't like saying that to people, because for a lot of people, when you say genetics, it kind of takes away from them. But it's like, genetically, you've got a great shape, but you still have to build on that. You've got to work, build, and you can't just... I know loads of people that have got genetically great shapes but don't do anything with it. And you're like, you know what? You know them, man. You're like, if you trained, you could look insane, but they just don't. Do you know what I mean?
Shame.
So, but yeah, now for all, like, from the pictures and like the videos and stuff I've seen, you look insane. So are you planning on, because I see on Insta that obviously you're doing a cut at the moment. Is this in preparation for stage again? You getting ready to return?
Tell you what, I really want to return. This is the thing. And it doesn't take me long to body fat. It really doesn't. Not trying to like wave it in anyone's face, but it doesn't take long for me. So I was thinking about either cutting at the end of this month or midway through March. But the thing is, because I'm training in the cold for the most part now, because the gyms have been swarmed by the police. I can't see you've seen the prophecy drama. I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen it everywhere, man.
I was training there, and they just shot. You ain't getting in there. Fort Knox, bro.
Oh, man.
So I was like, okay, I can't do that no more. So I'm training outside, but I realized I'm not built for the cold.
Right.
I ain't saying it because I'm black. I ain't saying it because I'm from back home. It's not even like, I just can't. I try to do certain weights that I know is necessary for me to build.
Yeah.
I snap city, man. My chest, the connective tissue.
Yeah, what happened with your chest the other day? Something happened with your chest, didn't it?
Yeah, man. Like I strained. This happened probably about 3 weeks ago, but it healed quickly because I was smart. But I was benching even heavy, 120. I was going for 20 reps, 20 reps, right?
Some man have built, some man have built different. I wasn't even going heavy, 120 to 20 reps. That's when you know you're talking to a real one. Sorry, carry on. Carry on.
The gym. So that was after like me messing about in prophecy, still lifting heavy weights.
Yeah,
and then,
I
went outside because I didn't have time to go prophecy that day. It was on a Sunday. Prophecy at 4 3. So went to my friend's house, and it's like half a greenhouse. Bit of an asset. It's like half a greenhouse, just weights in it. And I realized like, this is easy. And it came out of nowhere. Bang. 14th rep. Had to like, thank God I was already near the rack when it happened.
Right.
I was like, I can't do my session no more. I can't fly. I can't do nothing. Then the next week I tried to do some squats. But again, something else happened. I was just like, what is going on? Tried to do shoulders. Something else happened. I was like, I can't.
This is stress.
I can't prep for a shit. That don't make no sense.
Bruh.
So I'm saying now, people are like, oh, you're going back on your word. And I was like, that's not me. But common sense is telling me.
No, man, that's good. Do you know what though? Because how old are you now?
35.
Yeah, so I'm a few years older than you, but it's good that you're learning that now, because like I've only started to learn that now. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if I'd have learned this a few years ago, I wouldn't have such dodgy hips, or my desire to have to do mobility wouldn't be so high. Do you know what I mean? Like now I really need to look after myself. Whereas, you know, we're past that bulletproof stage. We're both past that, but you're learning it now, which is smart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the issue with it. So I don't know what to do now. So I was thinking just continue, because bulking for me is not. I can work. I'm smart enough to know that I don't have to go super heavy to build muscle. So I can, as long as my friends will allow me to train where I'm training, I can go and do what I need to do to gain still. But for cutting, because you lose body fat, you lose the ability to hold more of a load. The fact that I'm still getting while I'm still at a high percentage of body fat for me means if I was to cut, I would be finished, bro.
For real.
You know where I'm coming from? I'm getting these injuries wearing a coat. I'm getting these injuries wearing a hoodie. It's not like I'm in a t-shirt.
That's mad. And that must be, I know it sounds silly as well, but it must be uncomfortable to training, because like I like training in massive baggy t-shirts and that, big baggy jumpers, but I can't imagine, like when I see some people training in their garages and they're wearing layers and layers, I'm like, that's restricting your movement. And that's just uncomfortable. Like I just wouldn't want to vibe with that.
You don't want to, but you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You get in there.
Yeah.
You know what? It's time I do this or I snap something. So
that's true. That's very true. So in regards to like, you know, like the last lockdown and stuff. So when obviously it hit, I mean, I became home workout champion last year because I realized, we're gonna be stuck here, so I've got to work with it. How did you find it last lockdown? Was you like Did you just train at your house? Did you still have somewhere to go, like without like, obviously baiting up your situation?
But like prison. So I was basically what I've done. I swear, I felt like prison. All I've done, was pull-ups, push-ups with my cardio. My cardio was typically a leg day. Now I've got a decent amount of leg mass, so I need to continuously do that to keep that. So what I've done when I was doing cardio, I do a lot of lunges. Like, for example, if I see a tree that maybe, let's say 60 meters away, I'll do lunges there all the way, then I'll sprint after it just to get the muscle absolutely fried. I'll do that a few times during the cardio. With squats, I've got about 60 kilos worth of weight with an Olympic bar. I would do 5 minutes worth of squats non-stop sometimes. I just do excessive, and I've done it all through lockdown. And actually, but it was the way of training I've ever done in my life. I won't wish that on anyone to train like that.
Do you know what's annoying? That slowly started to cut out. Did you say you do 5 minutes of squats? Like you do a set will be 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I try and make it fun. So what I've done was I would do 1 set for 1 minute, 1 set for 2 minutes, 1 set for 3 minutes, 1 set for 4, Big Daddy, 5 minutes.
Bro, that sounds mad.
Yeah, that's what I do. I wouldn't put it on Instagram. I've done 1 set on Instagram, but it's so long to watch. I thought I wasn't gonna watch that, man. Like I just didn't put it on, but that's what I was doing in my back garden with the barbell. Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna pinch that. That sounds dope. That's the kind of thing I want to put myself through.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You feel like you're in the gym. I'm not gonna lie. After the second minute, third minute, you're in no man's land. I don't know how in 5 minutes, but yeah, it's good. Very good.
Oh man, that sounds sick. See, this is the kind of thing, because if you guys, obviously I'll put your socials on here so people will be able to see it in the video, but you can go on Taf's page and you can see that man's got quads for years. So when I do my set of 5 minutes, if I'm not coming out with quads like that, we're doing this again and I want my money back. There's no money involved, but I want my money back. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that kind of stuff, like thinking outside of the box, I love that. And I know it sounds corny, but that is why guys like you are world champions, because you're not going against the grain, but you're going outside of the box. Do you know what I'm saying? To make it happen.
Well, yeah, you have to, man. It's either that or you moan.
Oh no, it's bare cutting out. You've gone bare watery.
Is it good?
There we go. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Boy, we're back. We're back. Boy.
You don't know what's going on, man. You don't know what's going on with this.
It's the signal. It's that signal. What network you on?
I'm on EE, but it's trash, man. I need to change. I ain't gonna try and argue. Even if I cuss it out, man. EE is bad.
I find EE is probably good if you're in London. Like if you're based in London, EE will be booming. But anywhere else, I don't really know.
It's like I was in Manchester, man. But yeah, sorry. Where did I cut out? Sorry, my brother. Where did I cut out?
Yeah, so it's cut out about sitting. Either you get it done or you got to sit around moaning. That's your choices.
Yeah. So I just weighed up. I thought, look, I can sit down, wait for him, be at the beck and call of Boris, which I'm not doing. Or I can go and work. Well, that's what I've done. Put in the work, a lot of reps. Like I done so many pull-ups. Like the tendon in the oh god, which tendon is that? How can I describe it? Or the connective tissue? Where is it? Do you know when your elbow, it connects your forearm to your elbow?
Yeah, that one down there. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't even do pull-ups. I've done so many pull-ups. That's and my hand started bleeding. Like. Bro,
you were doing madness. You were doing Bear Grylls Jungle Man training. That is mad.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've done. That was my lockdown. First lockdown. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Even that lunge and sprint, I could do that outside here. I love the sound of that. Like that actually sounds sick.
Very good. It's very, very good. Yeah.
Watch that. My legs are gonna go. They're gonna blow up on the mad one. I can feel it. I can feel it now. So how have you been finding it? Obviously, because you're a personal trainer. Is that your main job? Is it?
Yeah, that's the main bread and butter. Yeah.
Yeah, and how has it been? Obviously, with all everything that's happened, how have you found it?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like with PTN, it's just like how it felt like starting again.
Right.
Now, I don't sound weird, but it's like because a lot of clients, unfortunately lost the job. A lot of
Mm.
clients, unfortunately, had to actually close business. A lot of my clients are self-employed or they have a high position job because of where I chose to work, which is a blessing, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also they've got more stuff to worry about. So when this hit and they owned offices, when they were sorting out office space and getting people to work from home and all that, I lost those guys for a while. I lost people that lost their jobs and business. So it got to a point where you're like, right, how can I be creative? How can I be, how can I do more to make sure my clients still feel the fire to work out and feel like they need me as a
Mm-hmm.
PT? I mean, otherwise, without that feeling, you're just another commodity they can cut off like an office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just said, look, can you try parks? And we need to keep the work going. I drilled it in their head, the goals that they told me a few years ago for some of it. And that kept the fire going and it kept me afloat, not gonna lie. I love those guys to death. They're all amazing clients, man. So good.
Mm.
I had to change around their goals as well. Because a lot of them, I'm obviously, as you can tell, you don't go to me to run a marathon as a PT.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I get that.
Don't look at me think, I'm going to run a marathon, I'm going to go to that big, you're not going to do that. You're going to go
Yeah.
to. So all my guys essentially are either to lose body fat, because obviously body, nutrition, my little journal that I made ages ago. And I know losing body fat's not a problem. They're going to go to build muscle, strength, power, all that stuff. That all requires a gym. Best gym. So we have to change things, man. People have to, look, the bitter pill is now, we're training for maintenance for some of you guys. You're so strong now. We're going to have to change for maintenance and get your athletic ability up. Maybe, get rid of niggles and work on stuff like that. And it worked. It kept people hungry. Give them
Good.
another,
That's decent. That's really good. And even just having that adaptability, that mindset that you've got to be able to say, right, okay, cool. This is the problem, but we're not going to look at that. We're going to look at the solution, because I kind of feel like with my own training, that's what I had to do, because I was off season last year, ready to compete this year. And I was traveling, I was training, bro. I was at the point where carbs were ramped right up, because I trained with Rob. So I trained with Rob and he was like, you need to eat more. And he blew my mind, because he was like, you're strong, but you don't train like strong enough. And I was like, right, he destroyed me with a back session, ruined me, right? And I was like, right, okay, cool. And I was at a good point. And then I kind of felt like you say, when I was then training at home, and at the time I only had bands, and that was it. And I was like, wow, I've really got to focus on, like you say, athletic ability. And to be fair, by the end of last lockdown, I didn't really have any niggles. Do you know what I mean? And like I bought some parallel bars to do some like dips and stuff and some body weight stuff. But yeah, I'm same as what your clients are going through. I had to adapt and change, because I didn't have, like you say, the weight that we needed. And I kind of feel like I'm back at that stage now, which is frustrating, because I like, even if I wanted to compete this year, I haven't had enough time in the gym. Like we've had at least 9 months out of a gym. And I'm trying not to use that excuse, because same with you, I'm saying to my clients, I'm like keeping them motivated. I'm saying, nah, it's all right. We'll just change what we're doing. But then for myself, in my head, I'm like, yeah, but it's not enough. It really is not enough.
No, I know myself, man. Like some guy, like Rob, for example, he done his back garden, and props to him. Like I had a laugh at him, like when he was doing it. Like, like, I did I make a video about him, and I sent it to him. Because basically, he nearly died a few times, didn't it? Like this guy, did I comment on it? I forgot what it was anyway, something anyway. But I was laughing at the point that this guy nearly killed himself on multiple occasions. Like, you don't understand, like when the bar slipped, it's not like the bar was empty on Rob's bar. I had like 100 kilos. That would have killed him.
Like when he was pressing in his garden.
Yeah,
bro, on that seat, that unstable seat thing he had. Like, shout out to Rob. Like that was I respect it, but at the same time, yeah, I was watching it like, wow, this guy's gonna die, man.
Like, you feel me? It was like he knew what he wanted, and I respect that so much. But he had the weights to do it. He had the means to make it happen, which I love that. But I don't have any of that. I don't have a wooden bench. I don't know anyone that sells wooden benches. I don't have excess weight. I have nowhere to store the excess weight. First of all, I can't leave it outside just like that. I know it sounds like an excuse maker, and believe me, I'm the last guy to make excuses for anything. Yeah. I was just like, I don't have the means to shift weight. And then when I am outside, no matter how much I warm up, I'm telling you, 10, 15 minutes, my body's not made for the cold like that, especially for lifting.
So bro, that's like when I used to play football when I was younger. I don't play football now. I'm dead at football. But when I played when I was younger, and like they would tell you run up and down the line to warm up. That doesn't work. I can warm up quick, same as you, and then I'm cold. Like I will go cold instantly. Do you know what I mean? And it's just not very practical. But I think the big difference is though, like, because I'm not gonna lie, I see a lot of people on the gram bitching and moaning about not having weights and stuff like that. And there's some guys who I'm like, listen, you weren't making progress when you did have the weights. Like, what difference is it going to make now? Like, you probably could progress at home. And I sound like a dick saying that. I know. But sometimes you just got to keep it real. But when there's people like you, like myself, like, we're saying we haven't got what we need, the means to what we need to achieve what we're trying to achieve, but we're still trying. Like, I guarantee when people hear this, I want to see people like tagging you in the flipping 5-minute squat thing, because no one would think to come up with that. Now, you might have done that and thought, you know what, that didn't actually do no good. All I know is it made me tired. It doesn't matter. You were still willing to try it. That's the big difference. So I feel like you competed to a high level, so you know what's needed. Like, I know in myself and my body, I'm like, I know I need heavier weights than I know I need that heavy weight. Even last year when the gyms reopened, the gym I was training at, you know, it's limited on how heavy you can go on certain stuff. And it was working to a degree, but I was like, right, I'm at that point now. We need to start loading up. And then Boris was like, listen, nah, enjoy another lockdown. So that didn't happen. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's the big difference between when people say complaining, because yes, in a way we are complaining and you might be complaining, but you're not. It's more of a frustration thing because you've been to that level. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. To finish off on that point, bro, like, I feel like everyone has to get a good moan out at some point. I get it.
Yeah.
If you live in the UK, especially if you're born and bred here, complaining is the second. I ain't gonna lie, like
it's second nature.
We all have a good moan, but it's one of those things where if you're not doing anything about it, the moaning is just noise. Like I hear it often, especially some people that they're not my clients, but they might look to me for information online, which I don't mind talking to people. But when they say, look, oh, Taf, I tried this, and this, and it's not working, I'm tired. I said, bro, you're talking to me. Like, I don't want the gym. You think I don't want it more than you, actually? Like,
yeah.
But if you're not doing anything about it, it's just, that's what irritates me. That's the irritation part. But yeah, I get it. Everyone's in the same boat. Just try and do something.
I think that's what, again, I try not to, because even me, like, I've competed to a high level, you know, like I've won, chosen that, but I've not even competed to your level, and I'm always aware of that. But when I've got guys that are saying, oh, I need really heavy weight and I need this and that, and I'm looking at them like, you might be all right with some press ups at home, you know, you like stay in your lane. You might be good over there. Why are you moaning? And then that's what makes me want to start cussing, because I'm like, hang on a sec. And the worst thing is, there was some people I saw that had, you know what I mean, they had the hookup. They could go to gyms that might only have 80 kilos or 90 or 100 kilos worth of stuff. And they're like, oh, with limited equipment. I'm like, you know, this is my same resistance band from 4 years ago that I'm using. And you want to talk about limited equipment?
Excuses there, hard excuses. What's the word? The phrase I like to use, like validifying. What's the word? It's you're validifying what doesn't have to be validified. Like justify, like 80, 90 kilos. I'm not gonna lie. Put that on your chest, big man. How many sets can you do of 15? Like 80, 90 kilos. Try and shoulder press that. I bet you can't shoulder. Do you know what? People moan, but like they're the strongest men on the planet or women. You're just do some 21. You'll be sweet.
I know, and then the thing is, when the gyms then reopen, and then they're not giving it the same energy. I'm like, well, hang on a minute, because I'll tell you now, like, even the first gym session back after lockdown, me and my girl went in to do legs, and I was like, right, look, it's our first proper session back. We didn't take nothing easy, bro. My legs were finished for days. Do you know what I mean? 0 to 100. Now, yes, that might be an extreme, but there was people 2 months down the line, they're talking about closing gyms again. They're like, oh my God, I haven't had the chance to, what? We've been waiting 8 months. You've been crying for this long. And then you haven't even, when the doors open, you haven't even gone in. Do you know what I mean? I find it frustrating. I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah, bro, I was saying that, you know, because I got corona pre-gym's opening.
Okay.
And the gym, thank God, right? I was happy.
Right.
I was weak. I was sucked in. I think I've never been this light for years. I think I was about 83 kilos, man. I was light.
Right.
And those few months that the gym was open, I got to. I'm not saying it's all muscle because a lot of it was just recovering the tissue that I lost for COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I got to 90, God, 95, 94 within that
Bruh.
really. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, because I was hungry, I wanted it. I
Yeah.
forced it. My appetite came back. I drank. I was pissing like a racehorse every minute, but I needed it all. I wasn't playing game. People just don't want it as bad as they moan about it. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, but like, my friend looked at me and said, "Bro, have you jumped on gear finally? Because I had the corona. I was thin, and then I was big in like, well, pretty big in like 2 months ish, 3 months, however long it was open." I was like, "Nah, bro. I just cut off everything that didn't matter.
Yeah.
Ate, rested, and drank water. I cannot stress those 3 processes enough, and it worked."
See, that's mad. And I feel like what people also have to remember is, because I'm kind of over this natty not natty thing. You know, like and I'm sure you are as well. To guys like us that are in this industry, it doesn't really bother me anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not here trying to figure out who is and who isn't. Now, for a lot of people, they don't realize that for guys like you that are seasoned, bro, you can get it back like that. And like you say, you're recovering tissue. You say that to someone and they'll be like, what do you mean recovering tissue? Is that what? Well, you thought all that I built over these years was just going to disappear and never come back? Stay calm. Yeah. It's like when you come out of a prep as well. You know that time in prep when you finish a season and you blow up a little bit and you're like, rah, oh, welcome back, chest. A little bit more here. Okay. Where was you 3 weeks ago when I was on stage? All right, it's good to have you back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that one, brother. Yeah.
Honestly, I remember it was for me, it was my legs and my chest. Like my quads really blew up and my chest came back because I don't know why in my 2018 season, my chest started to fade like the last few weeks. I feel like the stress or whatever just got too much. And like one of my boys, I sent him a picture and he's like, bro, you need to eat. He's like, your chest is dead. I had a burger that night, done some posing, sent it to my coach. He's like, yeah, you filled out. And my boy was like, that's better. That's better. Do you know what I mean? But things like that happen. But guys that haven't been there won't understand that. Do you know what I mean? They can't fathom that things like that happen because they haven't been there. But they can talk on it online like they know about it.
And this is the thing, man. It's what makes it a problem with Instagram fitness. People have not been there, but they talk about it. I find it astounding. That's one thing I've always found astounding. And I used to rant about it. It used to get me so mad. I don't know why, but I see a guy that's like literally has got the same body width as one of my quads, right? Like I look at him and he's talking about muscle mass. And he's talking about hypertrophy, how to gain push-pull legs, the best bro splits for idiots that don't know. And I'm doing a bro split, and I have 100. Like, I would say if he starts to get on stage with me or one of these people together, you would do very well. But I do a bro split, and the champions that I know of do David Kane bro split or Waterhouse.
Yeah,
or not, bro. I look at that young guy. I love this guy to death, Keithy West. You know him.
But Chris McCready, man. He's another level. That kid, another level.
I trained. I got on stage with him when this guy his physique was just. He was there. It was a body on stage to me. Now look at him. I'm so proud. Like that's what bodybuilding is. You know, he's been there. And he uses the bodybuilding split, but he does it how it's meant to be done. How it's meant. You're meant to stress. You're not touching and caressing each body part and hoping it grows. It's destruction. And how he does it is how I train. Not as strong, absolutely not. But that's it. Those mad rep sets, those sets where literally blood can pop out at any point. This is what I'm not saying but that kind of stress in the body will yield a result. If you're doing for real. It doesn't matter the split, but if you're doing a pretty workout, that's just, I'll rest because my app tells me to rest at this point. My app tells me to do 10 reps. My coach tells me, I'm like, you ain't going to grow very much because you're not very intuitive. You're not listening to, you don't know how the body can go. So that's why I believe the bro split is probably the best. And that's why a lot of champions believe that. I don't really know any champions that have done push-pull legs, apart from Dorian. I believe Dorian done that.
But the thing is, what you say is really, I agree with that a lot. Like what I've noticed coming out of lockdown and then just before Christmas and that, I don't know, my training had stepped down because I was like, right, I want to learn to connect with my body better because I don't just want to move weight. I want to connect better. But then I was having that itch, like I was saying, where I was like, right, I now need to start flinging some heavy stuff around. Do you know what I mean? And like last year, when I was like around this time last year, I was traveling to different gyms. I don't know if you've seen like the training videos I've put up. Like I trained with Big one day at Crayford, and I remember we were squatting, and he made me put on like 160, and bro, I got like 14 or 13 reps out of it. I was only gonna go for 6. It was like, nah, just keep going. And I miss, and I love that stress. Like, and I feel like a lot of people, that even me, to be fair, I feel like a bit of a fraud sometimes, because I'm like, I haven't had a session like that in so long, but I know I live for it. I know what it feels like when you're there and you're thinking, raw, we're 3 sets in, and we ain't even started yet. We're just getting started. Do you know what I mean? And that is, I think, what separates the champions and the ones that ain't quite ready to put it there. Like, if people do want to take this more methodical approach, I think that's fine. Do what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? But don't expect to go to the levels of like you, to Keefe, to David Case, to Robs, if you're not willing to go to that point. And just because it looks optimal on paper, okay, cool. Arsenal look like a really good football team on paper, but they're dead. do you know what I mean? It's one of those like Arsenal can do all the good training that they want, have the good manager, but if they don't go out and push themselves and do and like you say, it's the same for bodybuilding, which I feel like people don't quite appreciate. And I don't know why that is. I don't know whether Instagram creates a false. I don't know.
Instagram. Let's be honest, bro. I'm telling you, the training just before Instagram hit, and I was just I felt like the Black Dorian, like literally. I had no money. Walk to the gym. It took me an hour to walk there and an hour to walk back. If I didn't have no bus fare, I'd walk. But I would train as short duration times easy, and then I'd walk home. Man, after leg day, if you tried to walk home after the leg day, it took me probably longer than an hour to walk home for sure. Maybe an hour and a half to 2 after legs. But that is what was put in. There was no trends. There was no Instagram bodybuilders. There was nothing. Just YouTube, inspiration, and then going to the fun. That's all it was. And as soon as I realized, right, I made the craziest progress during that time. And for me, coming from in Manchester, there's a place called Moss Side, right? Now Moss Side is like the ghetto. I mean, the hood, right?
Okay, right, the hood, right.
There's a leisure center where if you go to lift weights, if you don't feel good about yourself, you're not confident, you won't be able to last in there. The vibe is just lift weights, don't be on your phone, you're here to train. And I went in there and all those guys, Panda, people always say Simon Panda's not natural. I always believed it's natural. You know why? Because in Moss Side, there's brothers bigger than him and we're natural. Like Simeon's not superhuman, he just looks great in a picture.
Right,
that's
right.
It. So I was like, right, this is what is required. There's no phones. These men would almost scrap over a pull-up bar. I swear to God, in my life, I watched 2 men nearly throw fists over a pull-up bar in Moss Side. I'll never forget the day. But I took that work ethic outside into the pure gyms, whatever gym I went to, right? And that work ethic has never left me. So therefore, the progress has never really stopped. But when I paid attention to Instagram, bodybuilders saying, right, just do 3 sets of 15, you'll be sweet. Rest for 2 minutes, you'll be sweet. If you want to lift heavy sometimes, but also lift. I said, no, you have to lift heavy and do the reps within the same session. There is no, I'll do 5 reps, 5, and that's one body part done. You must be mad. That's not enough. That's not enough. Now on Instagram, because it adheres to the man, it adheres to the lazy man.
Right.
You know what I'm coming from?
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm coming from? So they give these crappy approaches. They don't work. Otherwise, those that are giving the approaches will be champions, yeah? They're not. So they give these approaches, and the lazy man is like, whoa, yeah. I can do that. Now, when you say I can do that, you're not willing to go further and further. You just want to stay in that little zone that you know is a familiar zone, comfort zone. You want to stay in there. Yeah. And I'm full of it. That's all I ever see. Slow rates of growth, next to none, but they'll put one body part next to another or picture, and there's not really much difference, and it's like a 4-year window. I'm like, that's half a decade nearly, bro. Like,
yeah, that's a long time.
You know, I think Instagram's made people a lot softer.
You know what? I'm inclined to agree, because I'll be honest with you as well. There was times when I feel like it's made me a bit softer, and that's why, like, even after the last lockdown, I was like, right, you know, I'm going to take it easy. But one of the first sessions I went and done chest with one day. I was like, listen, I need to, and the whole video was to prove to everyone that, all right, I've been training at home doing, you know, all the jokes, that's attacking myself with resistance bands and that, but I've still got it there in me. Bro, I remember we sat down on the incline hammer, we put on 3 plates, put on 4. One day's like, I'm going to go 5. What are you going to do? Stay at 4? I was like, bro, put on 5. He's like, right, should we go for 6? I said, let's put on 6. Like, and it was good for me because it was like, okay, cool. You're not soft. You still got it. You have still got it. Do you know what I mean? My problem is I can't go into that zone yet because it's not consistent enough. Like, I know after this lockdown, when we're allowed back in the gyms, I want to go 0 to 100. But then part of me is wanting to hold back because I'm like, but then if he shuts the gym, I'm going to be fuming. And I feel like if I hang us, like, don't go quite here, but don't train like a pussy here. If I'm somewhere here, if he does shut the gyms, it's not the end of the world. But then at the same time, that's not how I made progress before. Do you know what I mean? And I think you're right. And that's also why I wanted you on this podcast, because you've got a very good following, but I feel like you should have a bigger following. Do you know what I mean? Because of how you train, because of how you look, and because of your principles and stuff. And people like you will get overshadowed by Mr. or Mrs. That's okay. Just do 2 sets of this exercise, move on to another optimal body part. And that's annoying. It's like, okay, cool. I hear that. But look at these guys. Look at the level. Not saying you have to. And there used to be a thing, like, we would look at Dorian, bro. Me and you ain't going to look like Dorian. We know that, right? We're not going to look like Dorian. But I will look to him for inspiration, because I'm like, I would love to be on that level. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I don't feel like there is that much more. Like you say, people are looking for the more relatable stuff. Do you know what I mean? Or the trendy stuff, rather than like, oh, bro, I look at Keefe and I'm like, bro, if I could deadlift like you, oh my God, it would be mad. And I'm inspired by that. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas other people would be put off by it. And I'm like, how? How are you not motivated by it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the aspiring bodybuilders as well. That's not the thing. For me, I didn't even think about getting on the stage. For me, it's just about how far can I push myself in the gym. And then I got on the stage eventually. I got on the stage after. But now it's like everybody wants to get on stage because they think bodybuilding is for everyone. Everyone can do it, but it's not for everyone. This is what irritates me. You got guys that literally look like average Joes stripping down body fat. I'm like, look, man, like, build something first. Not even trying to be rude, but build something first. You can't just because you've got a coach. And this is one thing as well with certain coaches, because they're just looking for the money. They're not honest. They're not honest. If someone approaches me looking to get on the stage, looking to pay me, I'm not worth, and you don't have the muscle, I'll be like, look, we need to do an off-season. Don't do an off-season, find another coach. That's just me. Like, I'm not going to shame you by letting you shame yourself. It's not in me. It's not in me. And there's a lot of, this is again, Instagram, another problem with it. People aren't ready to get on stage. A lot of people, especially in the natural industry, in the natural game, a lot of people trying to get on stage with mediocre bodies, man. It is what it is. I'm not saying everyone should be, but it's called bodybuilding. Build muscle first. Build a lot of get on stage. That's just me. I've always been like that. It's harsh. And I think that's why a lot of people, you know, they've talked to me, wanted to train with, wanted me to be their coach. But when I give that approach, it steps on toes and they don't like it. I said, look, I'm not here to exploit money off exploitation. If you want to do it, you'll do it. I'm not a trend. Like, you see how I train on Instagram and how I am. That's real. Like, you come to a gym, you will train like that with me.
Yeah.
You're a client, you will train like that. Yeah. This is what it is, man. With that, I don't know what's going on, man.
I think that's what gets me as well. Like, I feel like, especially with Instagram at the moment, I know obviously this is part of the reason why I messaged you as well, because you had your rant the other day, which I loved. I was here for, right? But I feel like, and I'm bitching about this a lot recently, but trends and popularity are taking over, and they're overshadowing everything, because people would rather post for a trend. Like, I'll be honest, like, I don't take myself too seriously. Anybody that follows me will know that. But like, same as you, my gram is me. It's me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be anyone else on there, because one, I'll get called out on the instant, and two, I'll call myself out. I'll be like, bro, who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm aware of myself, but I feel, I don't know, I feel like Instagram is just overshadowed by nonsense. And then, you know, when you've got genuine stuff, like I say, like some of the best coaches and stuff that I know haven't even got the biggest followings. And I'm like, but you'd rather follow someone who's not as credible, but like you say, more like attainable. It's the whole physique thing. It's like when people say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to compete in physique before bodybuilding because physique seems more attainable." Well, you've still got to train hard and you've still got to look. You've still got to have the shape for physique. Otherwise, you're just going to look like a dude in shorts. And I've seen many a dude just in shorts.
Yeah, exactly. Just saying.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
oh,
Oh, you there?
Has it disconnected? On my back.
Oh yeah, you're back. You're back.
Okay, cool. It went a bit laggy. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. And I feel like that's why one line that I always say is anyone can compete. And I said this in the last episode I recorded as well, but not everyone can compete. Like, you've probably seen it. Man turn up on the day and I don't know. I feel like if I had your physique, I would have the confidence that I'm trying to have. Like, I'm trying to walk into a show in the back of my head knowing, all right, who's coming second? But I've never had that. Whatever show I've ever been at, I've never had that because I've come up against guys like Soul. And when Soul steps into a room, you think, it's long. It's long for me, man. It's long. Do you know what I mean? But a lot of these guys, I don't know, they kind of feel like, and a lot of them feel like it's easy. And they're like, oh yeah, I can do it because I've seen this person. And they can be methodical and do what they're going to do, but those aren't the guys necessarily at the top. That's not to say that there aren't good methodical bodybuilders. We're not saying that, but at the same time, like you say, like there is a whole nother level. And I just feel like it, especially on social media and Instagram, it's not the place that's really appreciated much. Like all my best talks with people, I'm looking at their followings and I'm like, how have you, and then you've got someone that's doing, you know, body positivity, rolling over and showing you their side and saying, look, I've got Rose too, who's got thousands of followers. And I'm like, so you'll follow that instead of a world champion? Okay, all right, I'm confused. I don't understand.
Instagram.
What's it? Insta.
Yeah, I agree with you. Every word you said there, man. I don't know what to say about it. I've ranted so much for the, like, right now I've quieted down a lot up until recently. But I've quieted down because I used to always rant. It just irritated me so, get under my skin. Like, you don't understand, man. Like, I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. Like, there was what was it now? There was a guy that popped up to me, right? Because he was getting coached by, he was being coached by, what is his name? Oh, his name is sticking in my head. But anyway, long story short, he's a natural guy.
Right.
His following's not huge, but it's okay. But he's trying to coach people to get on stage. He's getting into it. And one of his clients popped up to me.
Right.
When I make a point, I don't pull punches. I just say it how I feel it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, look, I appreciate what you're saying, but what about this, and this? What about this, and this? And I was like, look, I'm not being funny. At the end of the day, to gain muscle, it's not hard. It's not advanced. It's simple. It's not complicated. It's simple. It's not easy, it's simple.
Yeah,
Don't tell me about blood levels of this. What are you, glucose? Who are you talking about? What are you on about? Yeah, but what about my coach? I said, okay, who's your coach? And he showed me. I can't remember his name for the life of me, man. He showed me, and I was like, okay, I'm not disrespecting your coach, but do you think he'll do well on stage, even in a natural show? And he goes, I think he'll do okay. I said, all right, here's I think I showed him maybe David or who did I show? It was somebody, and I was like, wow. Nathan Williams.
Nathan's levels above the world. He's that guy is something else. Shout out to Nathan.
Trust me. I showed him Nathan, and I was like, right, do you think your guy could stand anywhere near him on stage? Okay, this guy doesn't measure his glucose levels. This guy doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Your coach does that to be relevant. Your coach does that to be relevant. He does that to stand out to some degree, but it's a useless way of standing out in something that is very caveman-like. You don't have the smartest guy to do it, you know? And after that,
for real.
He didn't even respond to that message. He was rude. He didn't even respond to it. But I was like, okay, cool. Must have got under his skin. But they're the type of people that are online now. They overshadow the true workers.
Which I find that's probably my biggest gripe. I find with Insta, like I've been a little bit of a bitch about Insta recently because I've been posting now for like 5 years, like religiously, always putting stuff.
This looks good, bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I was like, yo, this guy's got some funny shit.
See, I appreciate that, but that's the thing. I feel like I'm not doing it for that kind of credibility, but I'm posting stuff and I'm like, right, okay, this is useful. And don't get twisted. Like, if there's something that I put together and I'm like, you know what, this is dead, I won't post it. Do you know what I mean? There's no point. Like, I don't think people realize I really think about what I'm posting because I'm trying to have a positive impact. When I'm seeing it get overshadowed constantly, that's why I haven't really posted much at the moment, because I'm like, you know what? I've been giving you free shit for years. You can just have what I want to post up now. My funny captions or funny videos, you can just have them because they are getting over. And like you say, coaches is a funny one. Coaches is now I've coached people that have competed. I don't ever advertise myself as a prep coach. And I actually turned down a couple of people this year because they were like, are you still doing that? And I was like, I'll be honest with you. Nah. I was like, go to a prep coach. Do you know what I mean? But there's a couple of people that I've worked with that have done all right. Do you know what I mean? And I enjoyed it. And I was like, I would love to have a team of athletes. That would be sick. But you know what? The reality of it is, I'm not going to do that right now. But other coaches, they're getting popular because they're getting popular. And like, people are now, they're not signing up to a coach for their knowledge. They're signing up for the name.
Yeah, God.
Do you know what I mean? It's I'm being coached by so-and-so. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's fantastic. What sort of things are you doing? Oh yeah, well, I don't know. He's sending me my plan in like 4 weeks time. Okay, cool. Do you know what I mean? And you think, right, like and one bit of advice, I know I'm bitching, but I would advise people to don't just go to a coach for their name. Like, if they are credible, if they've got proven track results, yes, that's good. But don't assume that you're going to get that attention that other person's going to get. Like, if, I don't know, me personally, I couldn't go to the most popular coach because I would feel like, you know what, they're very busy. They're not going to give me the attention I need. And bro, I need attention. Like, my old coach, Gav, like, I would need him to, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't text him all the time, but I need my check-ins. I need to know that. That's why I used to train at his gym, because he would see me training. I wouldn't say, oh, Gav, look what I'm doing. I would train. And he would chime in. Luckily, he only ever chimed in on me once. And it was the day after I won the MPA Southwest, right? I was gassed because I was seeing all the pictures of me, like Fivos was posting. I said, "Raw, that's me!" Like, I couldn't believe. I'm sure you know what it's like. You're like, "Raw, that is mad." And I was doing legs, and I had a week until UK Internationals, and I took it a little bit easy. One, because it was legs, like mid-peak week sort of time, so you don't really want to go mad anyway. But Gav looked at me and he went, "Listen, don't have a session like that again." He's like, "Make sure the next one your heart rate's up and get it working." I was like, "Yes, boss. You're the boss. You're in control." Do you know what I mean? Like, but I need that. I can't have man because he's got 1 million Instagram followers can't reply to me, bro. You need to reply to me. Like, I'm paying you good money. You need to reply to me. Do you know what I mean?
I'm paying your monthly dividend, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've had my money. And that's like, even with Gav, like, I paid him straight up from the beginning. I was like, look, I'm going to pay you now. I don't want to be anyone that messes you about. I don't want to be a bad client. I was like, I want to pay you, bro. And I want you to turn me into something. And he did. Do you know what I mean? Whereas a lot of people, especially if they're new to bodybuilding, they just think too, like you say, they overcomplicate it. Like, you don't need to check. There's some people that I know at sort of like an advanced level that they do the blood glucose checks and they do all things like this. So I get it. Okay, cool. You're at a higher level. I understand it. But beginners, you're overcomplicating the thing. Just train, eat, rest. And that sounds so basic and caveman, but look, in the reality, the best bodybuilders are probably the cavemen. Let's be honest. Like, I don't know. Like I say, there's people that have given me advice, and you might have had this as well, bro. People that advise you and tell you what you should be doing. It's all noise. If you're not my coach, I'm not listening to you. Like, there are people that I would consult, friends and that, like, like within the circuit that you might say, look, how do you think I'm looking? Or just send them check-ins, because that's what we do. We send our man them loads of photos of us in pants, half shredded. Do you know what I mean? But I don't listen to people who haven't been there. And my thing is, you can talk all this talk, but like you say, would you beat me on stage? Have you beat me on stage? Have you beat anyone on stage? No? I'm probably not going to listen to you then. I'm probably going to go listen to the guy that's levels above because he's been there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. If only everyone had our mindset, bro. It'll just be a lot more of a respect industry. That's all I have to say.
It will. And the thing is, it's good to see so many people competing. And the fact that there is, like, and especially when season starts, I'll be doing, and I'll definitely love to get you one here. I want to do, like, I want to put some more exposure to our shows and that, because it's great and it's amazing to see, especially now more people realize, hang on a minute, you can actually attain an amazing physique naturally, which shocks people. You're like, you really can. Do you know what I mean? And so it is good that more people are involved, but yeah, the Instagram bodybuilding side, I feel I've really disconnected with. Like, it's frustrating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bodybuilders are doing dumb shit now to be relevant online, and I see it. Don't get me wrong, you can be funny, but you can tell when people are trying to force the funny to get views. And I'm like, yo, you lift weights, bro. Stick to that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
like?
yeah. And you know what? You know this as well, bro. There's a lot of bodybuilders ain't really got personality, you know.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's all right. That's
Yeah,
how you. That's who
yes.
you are.
So live like that. If anything, make videos playing on that, on the fact you've got no personality. Do you know what I mean? Don't try and be something you're not. Like that's one thing. Like I say, I'm a better personality than I am a bodybuilder. Whereas most people, they're a better bodybuilder than they are a personality. Do you know what I mean? But but I feel like that's just because it's just how I am, how I've been raised. Like, I love the fact that you love Dragon Ball and stuff like that. That's just, but you're not forcing that. I know some people, they're like, yeah, I love Dragon Ball Z. And you're like, oh, right, who's your favorite character? And they're like, well, I haven't actually watched it like much. And you're like, huh? What?
I drove. There were times I've had this. People are like, "Oh, my favorite, what's he called?" I'm like, "Shut up! Don't say what's."
Yeah.
My favorite character is that guy. What's it?
No. Stay calm. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, and that. You know, it's the same with people's diets. When they tell me that they nail in their diet, I'm like, "What do you eat?" And they go, right, no. You should know. What's your first meal? First meal. Well, nah, I'm not listening. Same with Dragon Ball. If you can't tell me a character right off if you can't even say Goku's name, I just walk away.
Just simple Goku. I mean Krillin.
Krillin, even if you said the bald guy that dies all the time, I would be like, okay, cool. You don't know his name, but we can respect it. Do you know what I mean? With that said, really random, I got to ask you, just because I'm really gassed for them to bring out the new season of Super. And I'm not reading the manga at the moment because I do the free trials in it and they've run out. So I can't read the rest of it. Would you, go down the Angel route with Whis, or would you go God of Destruction route down with Beerus?
Wait. I feel like there's not much progress with the God of Destruction route. I don't know. Hey, with the Angel route. Nah,
He's stunned. I like it.
You know what? I feel like the Angels have a lot of cleaning up to do. Whereas the God of Destruction.
Yeah, you go God of Destruction.
Yeah, definitely.
See, yeah. I think I would go Angel because I like the calmness. Like I love Beerus. Yeah, Beerus is a top tier arsehole because you know, like you've got friends that like in real tough friends. Or if you say anything, they're like, "Bro, I'll bang you in the face." And you're like, "Oh, you will." Beerus is like, "I'll blow up your planet." Do you know how mad that is? How much of a flex that is to say, "I'll destroy your planet if you don't give me good food." But
you gotta do it.
But the way Whis will just bop him on his head and he goes sleep, you just think, wow, there is a level.
Right, there's levels in the game. I was sleeping. He said he was. I was like, around 50 years.
Looking over like, wow, teach me that.
Sick, but got no progress to be made, I think, because they're already at like the toughest. Like I like the fight for progress. I think as a God of Destruction, progress to make. Whereas an Angel, that's it. Whis is done. Whis is quick chilling.
Do you know what? That's a very good point. That is a very good point. And do you know what? That's why
the audio is gone.
Oh, are we back?
The audio is a bit off. I don't know why.
Oh, signal's going a bit mad. We good?
The audio is back now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I didn't even think of that. And do you know what? I've actually grown to love Vegeta more because I feel like I'm more of a Vegeta. This is my next question for you. I'm going to ask who you are, but I feel like I'm like a Vegeta because I'm not built like Goku. I'm not the guy. Like I've turned up to shows and I've realized I'm not the guy, and I live with that chip on my shoulder. So I kind of relate to Vegeta a lot more. But now I know, because I've looked at your page in that, you've mentioned Broly before. Now I would love to say that I'm Broly, but I'm just not built. I'm not built to that elite that I'd like to think. But who would you say that you are? Or who is your favorite?
I'd probably say my favorite is Bro. No, okay. I'm more relatable to Vegeta. My favorite is Broly. Right. My least favorite's Goku.
Your least favorite's Goku?
Yeah.
Right, how comes? Go on.
Right. Relatable. Okay, I love Broly first, simply because that limitless factor, it relates to me. Like, I'm like, you know what? I truly believe that there's no limit to like natural bodybuilding. People are like, okay, do you think you ever get on stage with Phil Heath? I'm like, no, that's excessive. That's like excessive. That's not the same. Like, they're not getting what I'm saying. Like, there is no actual limit until like obviously you hit that point where you're 40 odd and you start to decline in muscularity, which is okay, happens to everyone. But until you hit that point, I just don't believe there's a limit. I feel like I've seen natural guys, right, that don't get on the stage, have no social media, and they'll blow you. Honestly, you'd be like, who's Simeon Panda?
Yeah.
You'd be like, nah, wow. Like,
yeah.
From that notion, I've looked at Broly and I thought, yeah, that limitless shit is cold. Like, even that thing where he loses control and his eyes go out, I'm like, yo, that's sick.
Yeah, in the new film, in the new one.
Oh, bro. That
Mad.
Cold, bro. I was like,
he's actually scary as well. The fact that you know that he could have actually improved from that fight, from getting his ass kicked, he could have improved even more. And you think, right, this guy really cannot be stopped.
Literally, if it wasn't for Gogeta, it would have been over for everyone. What is it? It's the next one, Vegeta. So I relate to Vegeta a lot because I always had like, I'm very competitive, man. I don't know what it is. I just
yeah.
we can play table tennis. I start smoking, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, you see, I'm like, yo,
yeah.
I need to win. Like, I don't know. It's just who I am. I'm very competitive. So if I do something, I'll never do anything for the experience. I need to win if it's competitive.
Right.
If I don't know if I've got to set the standard to myself as well. Like, I believe how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's kind of like, obviously sometimes you contradict that because of complacency, but for the most part, it's kind of how I live. So if you do something blase, something small, like not tidying the bed for 3 days or even a day, you don't tidy the bed, you won't plan ahead properly in your day. So you won't train for this client, you won't plan for this client properly. You'll forget this. You'll be scatty. Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't like that. So everything's got to be tidy, like Vegeta. And the excessive training, I believe, not okay. Now, obviously, I'm getting older, so I'm not. I know what injuries are.
yeah. You're discovering that now. Yeah.
Like, Goku don't get injured, bro. I mean, he's don't get injured, bro. I'm like, right.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, Vegeta, it comes out of the training room, bandages and like bare cuts, and he's doing 1-arm push-ups to recover, active recovery.
Yeah.
You know what? That's me. Like, if I injure myself, you'll never catch me just sat on a bed or like just. Even if I had crutches, I'd be doing dips on my crutches or something like.
Yeah, something's happening.
Yeah, something's happening. And I like the aspects of him, and that is not first best. But I believe I'm not like, for me and my potential, I'm just like lower tier. I don't think I'm good. And I swear, people think what? I'm like, honestly, like in my head, I'm at base form level. I ain't even Super Saiyan. I ain't even Kaioken. Like,
right, man, I even got the Kaioken yet. Right.
Not even there. I feel like there's so much more to give. But that Vegeta, like he fights for every bit of progress. Whereas Goku, I don't know, he just seems to get out of nowhere, bro. Like one arc is just Super Saiyan 3. I'm like, yo, when did that happen? Like,
that is a very good point, to be fair.
Vegeta fights for every little inch, and I believe in that. I believe in fighting for every little inch that you kind of want in life. So that's why I'm relatable to that. And then Goku's the least favorite because he's just the protagonist and he's the main guy. Gets everything like.
Do you know what as well? I noticed Super, yeah? Like, I always loved Goku when I was younger, obviously, like standard procedure. But when I started watching Super, I was like, this guy's a deadbeat dad. Do you know what I mean? You start to see his flaws. You're like, Goku, you might be the guy saving the world, but you're a waste man at the same time. Like, it's very conflicted views towards him now.
He sold out Gohan just to train and that. I was like,
yeah, just ducks out. I know, and he's always, like you say, he's always ducking out and just not being. I think, and Vegeta obviously, like he's got he does be a father more so. Like I loved it when he was training. What's his name? In the Tournament of Destroyers, he's training the other Saiyan from Universe 6.
Oh, that was cool. That cover, yeah,
so sick, and it was nice because it was like he was taking the role of his dad, like King Vegeta. Do you know what I mean? Like he was stepping up. Like I'm the prince. You're technically one of my people, so I love. That's one of my favorite. That and when Trunks tries to take on Black Goku and gets absolutely snuffed, that just got me gassed. The way he switches out, I'm like, Trunks is gonna come, and he doesn't. He gets battered. But yeah, I feel like Vegeta is definitely more relatable.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's for me, Dragon Ball. I think it's the relatability. That's why I love it so much. For me, hard and transform into the next level and. That's where it comes. I even got the people are like, yo, what'd you get for your first tap? When I show people, they're like, nah, you didn't. I was like, yo. I said, they're like, did you get a spot? I said, nah, I got the full half sleeve, bro. Like wrist to elbow. I got like
that's sick.
And some Japanese art. They're like, why? Because it means a lot to my ethos, to me as a person.
Yeah,
that's why
for real.
Obsessive cartoons or not, and it's the message behind it.
Yeah. And even like with Gohan as well, you got to look at Gohan. Like he had the potential to be next level, but he just got complacent. Like when it comes to fighting Frieza, and he's like, "Can you still turn Super Saiyan?" He's like, I think so. Like I was fuming, but I was cussing the TV. What do you mean you think so?
You think so, you know?
Forget how to turn Super Saiyan. What? But that's, I feel like it's, yeah, with Dragon Ball, it's very applicable into life as well, which I know to some people that just aren't into cartoons or anime or whatever, they're not going to get it. But if you really deep it, really look into it, you're absolutely right. Like it's very life relatable in there when you're looking at what's going on.
That's just me personally. Yeah, I believe that, man. So that's why I don't really watch. What are those things called now? Like Love Island and like it isn't life lessons. Like I don't get nothing from it. Nothing. I tried to watch a few of them, and the one time I was watching TV. This is rare. Do you know when you walk through the living room? TV's on.
Yeah.
And then, what do you know what I see on TV? Naked Attraction. I was like, is this how low society has fallen?
That program, weird. I can't lie to you. I done the same, bro. I turned on E4. I was trying to watch Big Bang, and I remember just putting it on, and there was just wood on my screen. I said, "What have I just put on?" And I watched the whole episode. I watched the whole thing, so I was like, "I need to know what this is. What is going on?"
I'm like, people are actually applying to be on this show. Like, this is how you think you're gonna find a relationship?
Mad.
TV. I said, nah, stick some anime. I'm good. I'm good.
I tell you for a fact now, you would not catch me on that show ever. I could not stand on TV, hoodie out for no reason. Just nah, I couldn't do that.
Nah, and then you've got kids and parents that see that. Are you mad?
I'd expect to become memes. I'd expect to become memes constantly. I'm telling you, like that was. But again, for some people, that would work. They're looking for their sort of validity and if that's the right word to use by doing something like that, or becoming a meme, or becoming like popular for the wrong reason. It doesn't matter. It's still clout to them. So they're still like, I always say to people, you can post what you want, and you know, whatever you want to put online, you can. For me, the biggest thing is my trophy's in the corner. I can look and say, no matter what happens in life, no one can ever take away what I've done. So no matter what I post, that's the real, that's been done. So talk all the smack you want, but till you've been there, do you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people, because there's not many people maybe achieving things like that, they do just look for validation from anything. Do you know what I mean?
That's the problem with social, bro. Again, but like I said, each to their own. I don't look down on anyone that does that. Like, you can do that. That's you. You want to make people laugh. That's okay. Just as long as it's you in it, you don't start having some sort of depression because you feel like you're faking that, because it happens, isn't it? People feel a certain way because it's not truly them online, and you hear that those people killing themselves. And
do you know what? Oh my God, I said this the other day, and people were rattled by it. They didn't understand. I was like, when you're portraying yourself as someone online that you're not, you've got to live with that. Do you know what I mean? And you're posting and talking one way, then you're logging out and looking at yourself and thinking, well, I'm not actually like that, and that eats you up. That's more reason why to be yourself online, because that is that mental health wise, like not being yourself can really affect you. I don't think people appreciate how badly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think who did I look at now? Jim Carrey. Now people are like, why the hell are you looking at Jim Carrey? Because Jim Carrey said certain one time, and because I've always been astounded by Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's one of those guys. You look at his movies, you think only he could do that role. There is nobody alive could do that role to that degree. Like, no, Will Ferrell couldn't do it. Kevin Hart couldn't. No one. So I watched it, and he said something one time, and he goes, "Depression is, what was it? Pretending to be somebody that you're not, while the real you is inside watching," or some shit like that. I was like, "Rah, that was
mad."
That came from Jim Carrey. Now you can tell he's been through. I think before he probably acted like that or used to be like that. Maybe he wasn't like that. Do you know what I mean? He pretended for the majority of his life to be someone that he wasn't.
Yeah.
He became famous, and he got considered for roles that only he could do. But I think prior to that, he said that saying sat with me deep, and I was like, yeah. Because at one point,
hit different. That's hit different, man. Wow.
I considered not doing online bodybuilding and training and that, because I wasn't getting the attention I thought I deserved at one point. I was very what's that word now? Where you think you deserve stuff. I thought, I deserve more views.
Yeah.
So I thought that, and I thought, you know what? Let me try something. I might just change up my whole channel and my whole online presence just to get views. And I thought, wait, hold on. Something just snaps, and I was like, nah, that's not me, you know. I'd rather have 100 views and then one Donny in the comment section I was like, that really appreciated it, then 100,000 views, 10,000 comments, and it's just LOL, LOL, what a dickhead, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Nah.
And do you know what? And that's one thing I've had to remind myself of, that like, I do get frustrated, especially when I see that people that, you know, that I know, and like, I've just like social media's blowing up and that, and I'm like, right, how? And they get opportunities, you know, they get endorsements and stuff. I'm thinking, wow, why is that not me? But then at the same time, I know for a fact that when I'm going online, who I'm being is me. And when I'm logging out, like you say, someone saying, like when you commented on my video that time, was like, bro, these videos are sick. I was gassed. I was like, yes, because it's genuine. Do you know what I mean? And you can feel it. Like I say, I'm like you, I don't need to be told I'm the best. I don't need to be gassed up by people. I just want appreciation. And when you don't feel like you're getting that, it can be frustrating. But then at the same time, can you go to sleep knowing that you're being real? And if you can, that's really all that matters.
Serial, bro. I believe that 100%. That's a good way to finish that statement. I like that.
Yeah, for real. All right, bro. Well, listen, I'm going to wrap it up soon and let you go anyway. Fat, I appreciate you being on here so much, man. I really do.
It was great. It was good being on here, bro. It's good to have somebody that sees eye to eye, that's actually genuine online. You know, because it's. I appreciate it's hard to make content continuously.
It's long. It's long.
I look at you because on TikTok you've got a bit more following on TikTok. I was like,
yeah.
A lot of shit on here. Oh, but it's all good stuff. That I feel like because you got the quirky personality, I feel like on TikTok, if you're quirky, you get more of a reward for it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's fine. This guy's got thousands of views. Yes, I was actually happy seeing that you got that attention online.
Yeah, and do you know what? That's what I do love about TikTok. And do you know what? With that comes engagement. People will actually comment and they'll be like, listen, can you do something with dumbbells? I'll do that. And then that straight away, like the video I posted today was like, I posted something with dumbbells. It was like, what if you don't have them? I was like, boom, I've got a banded alternative. And that's what I want. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I'm putting it out there for stuff like that. Whereas you don't get that on other platforms. Well, I personally don't get that on other platforms. So yeah, I've definitely found I just need to branch out a lot more. But you know what? It's coming slowly. It's coming slowly. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my guy. Yeah, they keep bringing it, bro. I love it.
Straight, exactly, man. Well, bro, like I say, I'll plug all your socials and everything on here. You guys make sure you go follow Taff. Like I say, he's got an amazing physique, crazy work ethic. And if you listen to this and haven't figured that out already, then go back and listen to it again. But yeah, bro, be safe. And until the next time, man. Anything you want to say before you sign out?
Yeah, man, if you're going to compete, build muscle first. You know what shows to see average Donnies that just want to cut down the body fat and look like they're ill, yeah? So, build muscle.
I'm gonna call it. That's gonna be the title of this. It's gonna be, if you're gonna compete, build muscle first. That's what I'm calling this episode.
That guy. Yo, pleasure to be on it. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it so much, man, bro. Big love, man, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Definitely. Take it easy, man.
Peace, man.